Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, no. What I was gonna say was, Keanu, remember when Sarita cut that nigga off because he couldn't eat coochie and kicked that nigga out the house?
How did this come back to me?
Oh, I told you I was getting your ass for being late. And when you started talking about it, it triggered in my mind because that nigga left way before everybody else. And I remembered it because I was staying at the house. And it was so bad for like 3 weeks. He was getting roasted. You just swore that nigga, oh my God. You just swore that nigga talked bad about Granny. He was getting talked about so fucking bad.
Because how do you
I asked the exact same question. Because even I was baffled, but they talked about this nigga like a dog for 3 weeks straight before he got another tryout.
If nothing else, just listen. Something, I don't know how you fucked that up.
He did. And I remember that shit vividly because I ain't never seen nobody have to leave at 12:15. That nigga had to go.
Hey.
That nigga got threw out like Jazz.
That nigga got kicked out. I was there. And I ain't never seen nobody leave after it was over. But that nigga had to go. And he was gone. I can finish watching my movie now. Oh, cool. All right, we ain't got to worry. That nigga was gone.
So upset. I was like, how the fuck? What is happening?
No, that should be so devastating, don't it?
And you be like, I was trying to teach and lead. It was just like the nigga had a dunce cap on. Like he just couldn't get. I was like, get the fuck out. Go.
Like you be trying to position a motherfucker and they still licking up.
Yeah.
I don't understand niggas that eat ass. I don't understand niggas that eat ass but don't eat pussy. And I've had this conversation before with dudes, and I'm like,
creatures exist,
right?
Eat ass but don't eat pussy. How you figure?
I've met them. I don't know if they still exist in terms of like in this day and age, but I remember having this conversation. I'm like, what you mean? I was like, that don't
think
sound
I know
right.
Any of those because I feel like we ain't even gonna get to the ass. The moment you say you don't eat pussy, I'll be like, well, look, I'm gonna go and slide out. To be real, because what you not finna do.
I feel like women should treat dudes. I feel like women should treat dudes like dudes treat women. Like if a woman told me you don't give head, what? Why are you over here?
Run along.
But I feel here, find double standard. We can talk about sexual double standard. If a woman says she doesn't give head, I'm like, you can leave now. If a dude says he doesn't eat pussy, I also feel like he has earned the right to get the fuck on. Because you're going to ask for it. I don't give a fuck who you are. I've been baffled by the few individuals I've ever heard in life who said they don't like head. I'm like, who are you getting head from?
That's trauma. That sounds like trauma.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who goes first.
Not to me.
What'd you say?
It doesn't matter who goes first. And I'm like, not to me.
For me, I feel like I don't want to go first. I don't know why. I think for me, it's just because I feel like it takes some of the femininity out of it to just be like, hey, yo, let me suck your dick. I mean, that's eventually what's going to happen, but I don't want to go first. That's just my preference.
You know what? This will bring it. Well, once everybody answers, I have another double standard we can talk about.
To me, it doesn't matter. I feel like whatever the flow is, that's the person that goes first. I mean, because I feel like there's been sometimes it's been given one way and not the other. And, sometimes it goes both ways. Sometimes it doesn't.
Probably.
Huh?
I said that's probably my fear. Like, motherfucker, I need my lick back. Literally.
So, I feel like, so what, if he go first, then you good? Like, I don't know.
I'm going to let Sarita answer, then I have the funniest shit ever I just recalled, and I know Kiana remembers this shit too.
For me, it don't matter. It doesn't matter, like Kiana said, the flow, but then also, depending on who you are in our relationship, I can be very aggressive, so I'm gonna tell you now. If I go first, you gonna do what you got to do, sir. Like it's before we get to anywhere else, it's gonna be that exchange.
Yeah.
So
the thing. I don't mind going first in a relationship. But I mean, like, our first sexual encounter, I don't want to go first.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. I thought you
that's what I mean.
We were talking in
our
general.
First encounter. Oh no, because I'm the type that'll corner a nigga in the kitchen if that's my nigga. Corner a nigga in the kitchen and give him some head and walk off because I want that to be on his brain so he can tear his ass up when we get downtime. That's my preference. He should be trying to suck me through a goddamn Wendy's or McDonald's straw at that point. So I'm just setting the tone. You know what I mean? But I'm saying our very first sexual encounter, I don't want to give you head first.
Even for me, even if it's our first sexual encounter, it doesn't matter who goes first. Because again, like I said, you gonna go.
You make sure you get your lick back before it's over.
Right.
You damn skippily dippily.
If I sit on your face and make you a victim of manslaughter, because what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, like
I want my lick back. Literally.
It's gonna, yeah. So I mean, it doesn't matter to me who goes first. Because my thing is, if this is our first sexual encounter, by that time I am feeling you enough to let this be our first sexual encounter. So it's gonna be that mutual understanding and respect. We're gonna get this in regardless of who goes first.
Gotcha.
Okay, but
I'd rather you not do it at all. I mean, neither one of us do it than me go first. But if you don't give me some head, you definitely not probably getting no coochie anyway. So
there's that.
All these double standards and rules.
There's that.
You said bring your double standards. I don't know. I guess maybe I just feel like, again, for me, I just feel like, I guess because of the way it's presented with females, like suck my dick this, suck my dick that. I guess for me, it's kind of a rite of passage. Like before I even get into this type of thing with you, I just want you to know that things are mutual. They're cool. You know, I trust where we're going with this. So I feel like for me, it's kind of a reassurance, maybe. But for me to just be like, oh yeah, I just met this nigga and then this year suck my dick. I'm not your girl. However, once we get into a relationship, I'm pretty much like the Scream Machine off of Monsters Inc. It just is what it is. But we got to get there.
Yeah. Anyway, no, what I was gonna say was, Keanu, remember when Sarita cut that nigga off because he couldn't eat coochie and kicked that nigga out the house?
How did this come back to me?
Oh, I told you I was getting your ass for being late. And when you started talking about it, it triggered in my mind because that nigga left way before everybody else. And I remembered it because I was staying at the house. And it was so bad for like 3 weeks. He was getting roasted. You just swore that nigga, oh my God. You just swore that nigga talked bad about Granny. He was getting talked about so fucking bad.
Because how do you
I asked the exact same question. Because even I was baffled, but they talked about this nigga like a dog for 3 weeks straight before he got another tryout.
If nothing else, just listen. Something, I don't know how you fucked that up.
He did. And I remember that shit vividly because I ain't never seen nobody have to leave at 12:15. That nigga had to go.
Hey.
That nigga got threw out like gas.
That nigga got thrown out. That nigga got kicked out. I was there. And I ain't never seen nobody leave after it was over. But that nigga had to go. And he was gone. I can finish watching my movie now. Oh, cool. All right, we ain't got to worry. That nigga was gone.
So upset. I was like, how the fuck? What is happening?
No, that should be so devastating, don't it?
And you be like, I was trying to teach and lead. It was just like the nigga had a dunce cap on. Like he just couldn't get. I was like, get the fuck out. Go.
Like you be trying to position a motherfucker and they still licking up.
Yeah. Like I just.
You are here. Can I guide and direct you? Just get the fuck up. Because at this point, you're upset.
I was highly upset and irritated. And
they talked about that nigga like he was a dog, and I was no better for the first 48 hours because I didn't understand it my goddamn self.
About it before? Was he talking big shit about it prior to?
Mm-hmm.
I knew it.
That shit was so goddamn funny. When that man This is how crazy it is. Like the reason, like I appreciate your endorsement for president, Melissa, but I've had these motherfuckers in my phone in group chats for decades. I can never be president. Ever. If they unearth any iPhone or BlackBerry I have ever owned with these two motherfuckers linked, go back and look at our link chat now. It ain't even that long. This shit that's in our 4 chat. I can't be motherfucking president.
Here's the thing. Just we gonna get rid of it. It's okay. We got this.
Oh my God. Positive mind by ass. They go read some of the messages. You know, this motherfucker.
Positive mind, positive energy, positive vibe.
We got it, but that group chat.
Look here. What group chat?
Get different.
No, you're just like just the
what
way.
What group chat are you talking about?
The group chat that no longer exists.
Oh, we just gonna hire Olivia Pope, okay? We just gonna go get Liv.
We gonna need both of it. She gonna need her and her sister. I hope they all there because that shit is.
No, we just gonna get what's her name? Annalise Keating. That's it.
Well, see, Liv can erase the stuff, and then the stuff that she can't erase, Annalise can get us out of.
Right.
Yeah. It's like Batman and
Tegan. Let's bring all 3 on, because I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
there's the plan. See?
I was looking for something not too long ago and opened up an old iPhone and was like, not president. This is not presidential material in this motherfucker.
Here's the thing. It probably is presidential material and shit.
I mean, after the last couple ones.
These niggas out here is just cutting the fuck up.
But yeah. So no. But back to the double standards. Like, even though we've been essentially talking about sex for what seems to be an hour and 37 minutes of this hour and 45 minutes that we've been online. But like, how do you guys feel some kind of way about the double standard that you guys can't be like sexually aggressive to begin with? Because I feel like that is a real thing. And to me, that shit's, I'm gonna give it 100. Like, for a chick that says that shit off top, that's the best thing in the world for me. Like, the fact that I ain't gotta read, the fact that I no longer have to read your mind and play the game. If you tell me, I've had females tell me, like, if it wasn't you tonight, it had been somebody else, and I'm like, great. You've eliminated all the work I have to do after this election drink. Thank you, pretty much. Like, but do you feel like that is a real the real double standard, or is it just like y'all refuse to do it because of?
For me, I feel like I want a traditional introduction created. Like, I prefer the more traditional introduction. So for me, I like to be pursued. I like to be words of affirmation. That's my love language, I guess, one of them. So for me, it's not lie. Keep it 100. I mean, if that's what you plan on doing, do that, but present it in a way that it's a vibe. Make it funny, make it sweet, make it cute, make it whatever, positive energy. It's not about how you're going to say that, but how do you present how you say that? Hey, yo, mom, versus, hey, yo, can I get my dick? But you understand where I'm going with it. But the moral of the story is I like the more traditional pursuits. However, once we are in the bedroom, and again, as we're kind of cultivating that, there are going to be times where I am going to be more dominant by default. But because I am currently single, I'm dominant because I have to be. So anytime that I can take my pants off, literally and pun intended, like anytime that I can take that off and be a more submissive or feminine or a more cared for, caressed individual, I take advantage of those times.
For me,
go ahead, Key. No, stop. Go ahead, Kiana. Stop right the fuck now.
I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. Go ahead, Kate.
So I mean, similar to what Melissa said, but I can go both ways. Like, I don't mind being aggressive, but sometimes there's, in my life, so to speak, there's a lot going on, and I want that to be like the one place where I don't have to think, or I don't have to be aggressive. So those times it's kind of like, well, no, thank you. But at the same time, I could be sitting at work and I could shoot a text like, hey, let me watch you play with it and let me sit on it. You busy tonight? Because I'm not.
Then like get 145. Are you up? Text. Well, yes, I am.
What do you know?
What you believe?
So So for me, it doesn't bother me either way. I'll say when I first meet a person, I kind of fall back a little bit because I'm trying to see what the dynamic is. Because while most men like an aggressive woman, some of them don't. And so the space that's hard for me at first is like the awkward phase. Because you don't want to do when you're getting to know a person, is in that aspect. One wrong move makes everything after awkward. So it's kind of like I'm playing it safe because I'm really trying to figure out what you like, what you don't like, what's on your no-fly list, because I don't want awkward because then I'm going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward and I'm going to be frustrated because I'm like, you know what? Don't scoot out because this is just weird now. So I'll say for me, it's not safe at first because I have to navigate the dynamic. But once I've navigated the dynamic, and if I feel like being aggressive, then I do. If I don't, I don't. But at the same tone, I think the person gets to know me as well. And even if I start out aggressive, it eventually transitions because I like that to be a space where I don't have to think.
Right.
But I think that with all of that comes from getting to know, the other person, their likes, their dislikes. Because you all know after a while, you can that person's body can communicate with you well enough to know what space they're in. Versus at the beginning, it's more of a mental game to try to pinpoint what it is that they're looking for. Either asking questions or trying to navigate in your own head what you think, what you like, what you think they may like. So I think once the mental space goes out of it, then I think for me it's cool to be aggressive at any time I feel like it.
Go ahead,
well, I was going to say, am I allowed to answer now?
And now we're here.
I was trying to think of another question so we can skip right past this shit, but
not the Uno skip card.
Hell yeah, all four of them too. Draw four, all that shit. We was getting right, man. I'm still no. I don't want to hear this because like y'all weren't like privy to this shit. Like I still hear that shit in my nightmares. Like no, this it's different. I was in the other room. The walls the stand. So I know the answer. I just don't want to hear it communicated. But go ahead. Fuck it.
So 9 times out of 10.
All right, thank you guys everybody for joining us. Melissa's Wi-Fi messing up. We got to go ahead and get her out of here. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Answer the question. 9 times out of
10, I am the aggressor. I am aggressive. But I've learned, and the men that I have been with like that. And it's off top, like they know off top I am aggressive. Now I have been told, hey, you're too aggressive. Don't like it. Can we dial it back? And I'm like, okay, cool. Because I mean, I can dial it back. But again, most of the guys that I've been with, me being aggressive is they're already turned on by me, but me being aggressive is even more of a turn on. So if I can be me in my natural state and it turns you on even more, let's go. But like I said, for that person who was like, hey, a little too much, dial it back. I dialed it back. And I dialed it back. And I dialed it back.
And you dialed it off?
That part. And then that relationship ended. But because we were in that relationship for so long, I was in that relationship for years, a lot of them. And it became to a point where that became me. So when I got in my new relationship, they was like, yo, what is going on? Like they couldn't tell if I liked them or not. So they're like, do you like me? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, well, you seem real timid, but when we talk and when we go out, you're different. So what's different here? And I was like, oh, well, let me have this conversation with you because this is how I was. This is what happened. And now I'm here. They was like, yeah, that non-aggressive shit, I don't like it. Snap out of that. He's like, I need you to snap out of that fast. I said, oh, I can be aggressive again. And they was like, yes, please do. I said, you ain't saying nothing but a word, nigga. Let's go.
Period.
And from then on, it was great because we had that understanding. And yeah, it worked out perfectly. But yeah, as Marcus has knows and heard, I am the aggressor. They like it.
That nigga cried. First of all, that one nigga cried.
I remember that day you was like, if that nigga says your name one more fucking time.
She really had that nigga not moaning, yelling her name.
This nigga called me. Oh, don't call me. What you want me to do?
Had her in there. I was like, yo.
He was like, you should come get her.
This shit is going too far.
No.
Like, as much as I love my big sister and I'm proud of her, a lot of the things she does, even when they're horrible, she had, like, we talked about this before, about the noise canceling headphones and how loud the TV goes. She had that nigga yelling her name for a prolonged period of time. I was like, nigga, I've never wanted to kick a nigga out ever. Like, I don't want to cross that line, but I was like, bro, you got to go. I really wanted to walk in there like, yo, get your shit together, bro, nigga. You
get your shit together. Let's go.
All right, go ahead. This ain't even on no territorial shit. I just need you because you're no longer a nigga no more. She took your whole. Yeah, please. I need you to go step over there. She turned you. You go ahead and transition up out of here, pimp. We'll be celebrating you all week in San Francisco. Go ahead and get the fuck up out of here.
Listen. I'm the aggressor. And like I said, I've only had one person out of my relationships. I've had one person be like, hey, it's a little too much. I need you to dial it back. And I dialed it back some. They're like, still too much. Dial it back some more. Until it was just completely gone. And then it was just like, okay.
Nah, I mean, I don't know if I speak for all dudes, but like, it's just, especially because like we know we have to be aggressive a lot of the times, and we know that's like our charge to be like to set the tone. If you match that, oh my god, that is the coolest shit ever. If you think like I think and talk like I talk in that manner, like I said, that 145 you up message is what's up.
Flirtation, flirtatious back and forth. I'm all with the shit. Yeah, because I feel like that's kind of getting some of that communication, some of them things out the way. Yeah, so yeah, I can totally agree with that too if it's matched. But yeah.
Now you talk your shit. Let me. I want that shit where I'm on lunch and you be like, what the fuck did she just say that thing? She finna make me quit my job. Okay, all right. Like that shit is fun. Like that.
Yeah, like when you if you tell me you having a bad day, I'm the chick who will go listen. I'm the chick who will send you that pic because I know that it's safe to send the pic in the middle of the day. And you'd be like, wait a minute, ain't you at work too? I am. But you said you was having a bad day. So let's brighten up this day.
I had a
and that happened. And it was like, that's a little bit too much. Oh, that's too much. Oh, that's okay. Let me dial that back then too.
Nah, bro. I had a coworker tell me to my face after I looked at my phone. He was like, I don't know what she just sent you, but tell her to do it again because your ass perked all the way up and you moving shit. And we was working in the rain and he was like, tell her to do it again because you knocked that can all the way across the way. Please do. It's an instant boost. I promise you. Because not only we have to get this shit done because we got somewhere to be. So whatever y'all talk about is now invalid. We have something to go handle after this. Like no, please. That's what I'm saying. Please do it. Save mankind, because that we the shit we will get done if. But the other side of that is once you start talking that shit, you have to back it up. Don't lead me down the road of disaster because I'm coming home with one thing on my mind. I done broke 17 laws getting here.
Now, when is it okay to start sending? Okay, so say you're interested in a female, right? Mm-hmm. And you're flirtatious with her, double standard thing. When is it okay to send a dick pic?
You have to like established like, because like I said, we're wilder than y'all sometimes, and in moments like we have to start off that way. Like, but if you don't have a good feel that she's gonna be like, that's cool, or you don't already have like I've had people ask like flat out like, yo, send it. We'll match. Like you send me yours, I'll send you mine. And that's how like the game starts. Just like you said, you don't want to do it first. But like if you don't like, I think there's a decent understanding of when you can and when you can't send a dick pic. Like like, oh, she ain't that one, or like within the first couple of conversations, you can't send a dick pic. If she's never seen your dick and she ain't talking about seeing it, like there's your indication. Don't send that. Like if y'all ain't even to the point where you think sex is an option, it's okay. Because all you doing with that is like, first of all, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for every nigga's dick pics, but I'm like, I've taken many of them and I'm like, it looks like the same dick it looked like yesterday. So you're not sending like 1,000 different ones. Like there's no angle for that shit. Like you ain't getting the light right. It's just not gonna happen. Like it might look bigger than it did yesterday, but guess what? It's still the same shit. Like when y'all send shit, it's like, oh, that's a different angle. That's one of them. You know what? I miss that.
Yeah.
Because there's sometimes y'all just send a titty and we be like, you know what? I miss that titty. That titty has done me a lot of good in life. I can't wait to get home to that. Take care of it. Like, but you may not be in the dick sucking mood today. So sending you a picture of my dick is just like, okay.